Alright, welcome to another fun-filled episode of Cupcake Nation, brought to you by your favorite host of all, Alicia Foo. Cupcake Nation is brought to you by Footastic Entertainment Industries. And now welcome, Alicia Foo.
Hi guys, how are y'all doing today? I'm going to demonstrate for you how to ice the perfect hi-hat cupcake. You want to do three basic things whenever you're doing your cupcakes. Is you want to gather all the tools that you need first. You want to stiffen your icing just a little bit so it holds that perfect uniform hi-hat shape that you need. And then you actually want to pipe the icing onto the actual cupcake. So today we gathered all of our materials first. We need, of course, cupcakes baked and brought down to room temperature, just let's cool. And then you're going to need some icing. You're going to need some powdered sugar to thicken your icing. You're going to need a sifter to sift your powdered sugar into your icing so that way you don't have any lumps and it doesn't clog your tips. And a pair of scissors. You're going to need a cup to hold your piping bag in. You're going to need a piping bag. You can either use plastic or canvas. And then you're going to need a number 32 star tip. That's the one we're using today. You can use really much any tip that you'd like, any border tip, which is a classic one. And then I'm going to take my bag and I cut the tip off of it enough to where I could put my actual icing tip in there. And I did not cut it enough. I cut it just enough to where the tip, when I press on the back of it, it doesn't shoot out of the bag. And I stiffened my icing. I took store-bought icing, classic cream cheese flavor, and I poured it into a bag. And then I sifted about a cup to a cup and a half of powdered sugar in there until I got this nice, stiff consistency to where it holds its shape nicely. And then I took my bag and I folded the edges outward and opened it up a little bit to put some icing in there. And I'm going to show you how I did that. Just gather your icing together in your bowl. Put it right down there in the middle of your bag. We're going to scrape off the side there a little bit. And we're going to close our bag. You're going to twist the end so that way when you pipe your actual icing, you have a nice pressure point to start from. And then you want to do what's called burping the bag, which is meaning you squeeze the icing just enough to make sure there's no air right there near the tip. Then you're going to get your cupcake and you're going to set it down in front of you. And you're going to squeeze with consistent pressure so that way you get a nice uniform shape and a nice tall hi-hat. You can see I've already done a few here. So we're going to take that and you're going to put your tip on the very edge of the cupcake and you're going to squeeze and you're going to outline the edge of the cupcake. And then as you complete your circle, you're going to bring the next circle just a little bit further in and you're going to build it up all the way up to the top. And once you get close to the top and you're done piping, you're just going to stop squeezing and pull your tip away just like that. And then you're going to take your little Halloween or Christmas or birthday pick, whichever you prefer, and just stick it directly on the top of your cupcake right there. So just today, the things that we have learned is you want to make sure that you get your tools together for your actual icing. You want to stiffen your icing to make it nice and uniform to where it'll hold its shape. And then you also, of course, want to pipe your icing on top of that. And then you can top it with a little bit of sprinkles. People love cupcakes. They're absolute fanatics. There are shows and animals and t-shirts and little, ceramic figurines full of cupcakes. And people get tattoos and everything. They just love cupcakes. And somebody actually created a quote off of a classic, everyday quote that you hear about dreams and life and so on and so forth. And it was an anonymous author. Nobody really knows who actually said it. They said, "Dream as if you'll live forever and eat cupcakes as if you'll die today." So I hope that y'all will be able to take from this and go home and actually pipe your actual beautiful cupcakes for your next holiday or party. Remember, grab your tools that you need, stiffen your icing, and then go ahead and pipe your icing on there. And if you mess up, it's not a real big problem, because then you can just scrape the icing off back into your bag and start all over again.